So, what happens if you die without a will in Pennsylvania? My name is Jennifer Abracht. I'm a partner and attorney at the law firm of Pernin Abracht LLC in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. So, what happens if you die without a will? Well, what will happen is that the intestacy statutes of Pennsylvania, I know it's a big word, legal word, so these intestacy statutes will control where your monies go after your death if you die without a will. That means people who you may not want to get your monies will get monies simply because you didn't take the time to do a will and set forth who you wanted to receive your estate. Here's my perspective on 3 reasons why you should not die without a will and why you want to take the time to do one now. 1. For those of you out there with children, you do not want courts deciding who is going to raise your children and who's going to handle the money that you leave behind for your children. If you don't do a will, your family will have to start a legal proceeding to have some judge who doesn't know you from Adam decide what person or people are going to raise your children and who's going to handle their money. For most folks, the thought of that is not something that they want, so we can take care of that by simply naming these folks in your will. 2, I don't care whether you have $500 when you die or $5 million when you die. You probably worked hard for the money you have, and you want that money to go to the people who you want to receive it. Again, if you don't do a will and say who you want to get that money and how much of your estate, then the intestacy statutes are going to control. And again, people who you may not want to get your money are going to get your money. And 3, we all talk about doing a will, but there are really 3 documents that every single one of us needs to have a solid estate plan. So in addition to the will, which is the document that controls when you die, you need 2 more documents for when you're alive. 1, a general durable power of attorney. This is a document in which you can name someone to handle your affairs, non-healthcare related, think of it more like business affairs, financial affairs, if you're not able to. Well, people think, well, why do I need to name someone to do that when I'm 25 years old or 37 years old? I'm fully capable of handling my own affairs. I get it. But what if, God forbid, tomorrow you're in an accident and you suffer a traumatic brain injury? Or what if you're in a coma for a period of time? It simply gives you the flexibility to have another person named who can do things on your behalf if you can't. And this is helpful even if you're fully capable of doing the task yourself. I like to use the example, let's say your house is up for sale and you're off in Africa on safari and you get a really good offer in and they want an answer within 24 hours and you can't attend to that within 24 hours. Your power of attorney could look over that agreement of sale, talk to you about it, and sign the agreement of sale on your behalf if you wanted to accept the offer. The second document you need while you're alive is a healthcare directive. Some people call this a living will. Our document that we use here at our firm has a living will component, but it's broader than that in that you name someone who you trust to make healthcare decisions for you if you're not able to. And also, this person would be responsible for following your wishes if you are brain dead or in a persistent vegetative state. An example when this could be helpful is, let's say you go in for outpatient surgery. You're going to come out of it, you're not brain dead, but let's say the doctor finds something when the surgery's occurring and you're unconscious, you're under anesthesia, and the doctor needs to know, do I do A or B? You can't tell them. This person would be the one to make that decision. So this is why you should not die at any age without a will. This is my perspective on why you don't want to die without a will in Pennsylvania, and it is not intended to be specific legal advice to any particular person. Be sure to follow the firm, like this post, and comment any questions you have.